Alright, what's going on, people? My name is HatefulSlimy, and I'm here with my co-host, Ninja Fam. Ninja, say hello, fam.
Hello, everybody. My name is Ninja.
Yeah,
That's true.
true fact. But welcome to the Rage Mode Radio podcast. I hope you guys are doing well. Remember to stay safe, keep healthy, both mentally and physically, because health is wealth in the Big 25, fam. Ninja, what are we gonna do today, fam?
A podcast.
Yeah, but
I think.
what are we gonna talk about? The first episode, fam.
So, music, video games, and some stuff on YouTube. And some other shit.
Yes. But you know what? Let's just dive into the questions. You feel me? But Ninja, what's one fun fact about yourself that nobody would guess? You feel me?
I don't know.
Me neither. But for me, I don't really talk about it a lot, but I do like to read. I actually have a lot of books over by my desk.
So I guess I like cold. I take two cold showers every day.
Yes, true fact.
Something that most of the population don't do, and it's very sad. Cause depends where you live, but yeah.
Overall, fam.
I'm talking about my country.
Yeah.
Specific.
I have a question. Overall,
Right.
are you like a morning person or a night owl? You feel me?
Definitely a night owl. Because my morning sucks because of school.
You finish.
I don't like my morning. I don't like my morning at all. It's just it feels everything feels rushed. I do everything in a rush, in a hurry.
That's kind of the same where I live, my house. It's very chaotic and loud in my house, and especially someone that does videos or music, I can't do anything in the morning. Everything I do is at night. The music, just videos, everything, or just very very late in the afternoon, like 8 p.m.
Yeah, same.
But when you are actually doing songs or just videos and stuff, what snacks or drinks fuels you, it just keeps you awake or active?
You're American, so you don't know this drink, but so in Israel we have root beer, and it's called Eagle beer. So I really like it. I love root beer, so I drink it a lot.
For me, it's I would not be able to live without coffee. Coffee, it keeps me alive. The only reason I'm alive is because of coffee, fam. It's basically my blood. For snacks, I don't really have any snacks I really like. I guess Takis. Takis are pretty cool.
I don't eat snacks really. I just eat full meals. I don't eat snacks.
But yeah, fam. Speaking of snacks and eating and stuff, if you could just sit down and eat with any musician, whether the person is alive or dead, who would it be and why? Because for me personally, it's either going to be honestly Michael Jackson, Kanye West, or Elvis. Because Kanye, just because I want to know what's going on through his head, because I want to understand him. And Michael Jackson and Elvis, just so that think about the things that I can learn from them. like the knowledge they have,
I would
like music wise.
go with probably either Tyler the Creator or Frank Ocean. I love their music. They're pretty similar, in my
Honestly,
opinion.
replace Kanye with like Kid Cudi or like uh
Even Kanye would actually kill me at the place.
yeah, Kanye he's not really that good to like have a conversation with. Like he'd probably just ramble like crazy stuff. So I think that would be a waste if I actually had that choice. But like
Yeah, man. Once I tell him I'm Jewish, he's gonna brag about it the whole meal, and even maybe even Tim's gonna go insane.
yeah.
So I've never.
And what's crazy, I used to look up to the man, but now I look down on him. I did
Damn, 5 years
like
ago, man, I loved his music.
if you were to tell
Now I
me like
don't.
5 years ago that he was going to become a Nazi, like I would actually think you're trolling, you're joking with me.
Oh, happened.
But Ninja, how's your 2025 going overall so far? In like three
Horrible.
words, describe it. 3 words, fam.
Horrible. Shit. Sucked.
Yeah, mine. It's like up and down. It started off really amazing. That's one word. Then okay, but lately it's just been meh. So
Man.
amazing, okay, and meh. Uh, do you want to get into why your 2025 is not that good so far, or is it like personal?
Um, it's personal, but like I guess you know why. It's because of the war.
Yeah,
Uh, it used to be 20 times worse. About a year ago when it
yeah.
started.
Last year, every time we were in call and like just talking or playing or anything, you would just randomly be like, "I have to go. There's a siren," and you would just basically evacuate your whole house.
Yeah, exactly. I I had some personal stuff that I was struggling with a lot
Yeah,
with that too. Seeing my people die and suffer
yeah. My
and
sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
and 10th grade is kind of hard. I don't know. Yeah.
True. Like my years uh bad for a whole different reason. It's just like I don't know. It's just like the world in general. I'm just not really happy.
Same.
But like my reasons aren't as bad as yours. So like I think yours is actually like it matters.
Hmm.
But like you know, next question, fam. What's the last thing you done dang googled? Mine is
Check.
I'm actually curious what mine is. I'm gonna go into my
Same.
history.
How do
um
you do that?
um do you want to know what it is?
Sure.
The joking definition. And you remember uh I googled it earlier. Okay, this is the origin of why I googled it. Originally, I googled it because I was watching a video and some guy talked about it and like made a joke about it, and I was like, "What does that mean?" And I googled it and I found it funny, and then I made a joke about it to someone like in the ETX underground server. You guys won't know what that is unless you're part of the community. And then I made a joke about it to Ninja, and then yeah, now we're here.
Roof. Mine is internet speed test.
Internet speed test. Yours is a lot more
Um,
innocent.
I was just curious. It's uh, it's 100 Mbps, by the way. If you're wondering, right now.
I don't know what mine is. I'll probably look it up later because I'm actually curious now. But what's a guilty pleasure for you, like TV show or movie that you've never really talked about because like people would just be like, "Oh, that's stupid."
Ooh, um, wow, man. Do you have one?
Um, for a movie, it's got to be like some really bad or just like movies that people don't like from back then. Like one of my favorite movies of all time, like comedy wise, is a movie that a lot of people just don't like, and I don't see why it's so hated. But I love this movie. It's Land of the Lost, with Will Ferrell, and I love that movie. I grew up watching it. I don't know why it's
I
so hated.
I don't have one. I swear.
Maybe you just
I
watch Good
want.
Times, fam.
I mean, I'm not gonna watch something that is bad. Like, if I don't like it, and I
I
have my opinion on something, and you're gonna say, "Flam, you have a bad taste." That's just dumb. Because, like, obviously, I'm being biased. Like, no shit, that's my taste.
yes.
Like, so I don't have a guilty pleasure
For
really.
for me personally, and I'm gonna throw a little shade at APOC, like not in like a mean way or anything, like a joking way. I don't care if other people don't like what I like or do or don't. I don't care, and I don't care what like if the people making the show disagree with what I believe in or anything. I'm gonna like this show or movie if I just find it entertaining. The Boys, for example, I love that show, but some people don't like it, and by some people I mean like APOC. You feel me?
Yeah, I do.
But um, I have a question for you, Diane. How did you fall in love with music? Like, how did you just start making music? Like, what's your origin or influence? Because you've
Uh,
only been making music for like 5 or 6 months or something like that.
uh, from a very famous troll.
A famous troll. Are you talking about Goldwolf?
No, I'm not gonna say his name on podcast.
Um, for me, I started liking music and stuff. Just um, a big inspiration for me with music and why I started is he doesn't really exist anymore because a lot happened with him. Nothing bad or anything. It's just like he doesn't post anymore. Is this rapper and streamer named Lil Trap Dog? You'd had to have been there to know. Man, he was hilarious, and his music, in my opinion, was actually genuinely good. And I was like, I want to do that.
Oh yeah, now I remember why. It was a year ago, and I don't know if I said his name, but he's an Israeli rapper, and uh, he like his name is Baxter, and everyone in the Israeli community took him as a joke, and I didn't see why. His music was pure passion, and I actually really liked his music, and he really inspired me in the like underground rap songs that I make. Like his style, his flow. I'm inspired by that. I'm not copying. I'm inspired. There's a difference.
Yeah. I actually have a question that This one's going to be a completely freestyle. This one isn't even one that we prepared. Like, this is an actual question. Wait, I completely forgot. I had the question and everything in my head.
Damn.
Well, I forgot.
Well, so
Also, by the way, you can ask some questions too, if you want.
so so what were your very first track like? Share a snippet of the story.
Uh the earliest song that I remember that I don't even know if it's still actually available is like a song that me and Noah made, where it's like it was recorded with this recorded software. Now it wasn't OBS or Bandcam or anything. It was a whole different thing that not many people probably know about. It's called Screencast-O-Matic. It's basically OBS but bad. And we would just record our desktop and stuff, and instead of like recording our songs in like a actual studio, like FL Studio or Bandlab or something, we would just record the songs like on YouTube. Just like the actual beat, we would have the video up and we would just rap over it. No mixing, nothing. It was very bad. Um, I that's like the earliest songs that I remember. Like an actual song that I do remember that was actually like properly recorded in OBS or something, or not OBS, Bandlab or something. It was still a pretty bad song. It was from like 2020, 2019. I think it was called like Demons or something. It was like a very edgy song, and it was just really bad. What about you?
Uh, for me, I just got a beat like from YouTube. I opened up OBS, and what I would do is press recording, and then I would play the beat, and then I would just freestyle on it like a retard in Hebrew.
Yeah, that's what I did. I would literally just rap over the beats. Uh, except not in Hebrew.
Yeah, obviously.
But how does your like what's your typical songwriting or production workflow? Like, how do you what do you do whenever you create your music or write your music?
Uh, I obviously come up with the topic. For me, topics are very important. I just don't. I'm not one of these rappers that rap about bitches, hoes,
Yeah,
money, drugs, shit like that. I come with a topic, and I listen to the beat, and obviously the BPM, and I come up with different flows, and I people like I was just like writing my lyrics and I would ask ChatGPT to improve them. If I don't like them, I would use the original ones. But mostly ChatGPT does a good work, so on that.
yeah. I'm kind of similar. Like what I tend to talk about and stuff in my music is things that I find actually important, and like a lot of my songs are very personal or just like things that I find are important to talk about that not many rappers actually talk about. They all just talk about drugs and stuff.
Mhm.
Um, and when I write my songs, I write out my actual lyrics, like everything I write myself, and then I either have, sometimes I have someone else look over the lyrics, tell me if they're good or bad, and sometimes I'll have like ChatGPT or something like help me improve the lyrics. I don't have them write the lyrics for me or anything because, in my opinion, having the AI actually like or having anybody in general completely write your lyrics for you just takes away all of
The
like
human,
the personality or like the actual uh a word that
the
I'm looking for.
humanity.
Like Yeah, the humanity or like just the personal stuff from the songs. Like, it's not really going to be my story if it's written by someone else.
Yeah.
And then when I like to find flows and stuff, what I used to do, I stopped doing this because it just like it
So
it didn't
it
really
goes
work
back
for me.
and
I would like mumble my lyrics or something. I would be like da 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 da, and then I would like actually do the lyrics later on, voice crack. But yeah,
yes.
yes. But moving on to the next question, Ninja. When you do record your music or just like write or think of stuff, what is the best place you do it? Like whether it's in your bedroom, the shower, when you're shitting, like anything. Like,
Thinking of lyrics,
yeah, where do you do your best work? Like, thinking of
I
lyrics or just ideas in general.
definitely when I walk to school, it's so it's so like relaxing. Like I think like I don't listen to music a lot because I don't know if a lot of people know it. Music can be not harmful but pretty addicting, and like it's not something harmful like physically, but like it's hard for you to focus without it. Now, I don't want to school with music. So I just think of everything in my life, thinking about shit. And sometimes I would think of lyrics if I'm working on a project. So, on my way to school for sure.
Yeah, for me, it's whenever I'm like taking a shower or I'm just in bed. I'll even like this is gonna sound cliche, but sometimes I even think of things when I'm like dreaming. Like,
Mm, interesting.
but
How about we critique each other, fam? Do you have any memorable, uh huh, or like, oops moments?
um, I like, in my opinion, I think criticism is needed. Otherwise, you're never gonna actually improve. Um, like whenever I whenever I critique you, uh, or like Kanoji or someone else that makes music, I try to look at it like objectively. Like what, for example, like I look at the lyrics, the flow, the cadence, and like the mixing, and then like I try to list. Like one time for one of your songs or SVR song, I took off my headphones and just listened to it like through the speakers. Like, what if someone were to listen to your song through like a car radio or something? How would it sound to them? Or like just I try to listen to it in all kinds of different ways and then critique it that way.
Yeah, same. I do the same. I I I do it like for you guys to improve.
Yeah,
So like
yeah. It's
I'm
not
not
out of
gonna be.
malice or anything. I just I want improvement.
Yeah, exactly. I'm actually criticizing. I'm telling you what's not good in the song, and I'm telling you why. That's the most
Yeah,
important part.
yeah.
Why?
Don't
I
just say that
remember.
it's bad. Like tell you why it's bad.
Yeah, I remember one time. This a song called "Mental Health." I did with APOC. I'm not gonna say the name. But he said my verse was shit, and he like didn't even say why. He just shitted on it. He didn't say like it was shit. He just says I don't fuck with it or something like that, and he didn't say why, and kind of annoyed me. So I ignored that because like it's just negative. Like
Yeah,
you're not gonna tell me why, and what's the point of even saying that?
yeah.
Just say 6 out of 10.
Yeah, I tell you this all the time. Look, I say this all the time, and I genuinely live by this. I'm not gonna listen to anyone's criticism if they themselves aren't good at what they're criticizing me for, and also like if the criticism itself is just not actual criticism, if it's just straight up malice or hate, and they're just straight up saying like, "Oh, this is horrible," Okay, tell me why it's horrible, and also, can you do better? If you can't do either of those, then I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
Yeah,
I don't listen to criticism when it's a person who doesn't know what he's talking about.
yeah,
I would not listen to I don't want to point out names, but like I want to listen to like someone that is worse than me in music objectively.
exactly.
So yeah. So when writer's block hits, how do we push past it?
For me, when I can't think of what to do for a song, I look. Okay, this is gonna sound cringy as fuck, but I actually do. I look at paintings or just things around me, or I look at like just other people's art, and I see what they did, and I try to think of like this inspiration. Like for example, with Vivid Colors and Audio, which we'll probably talk more about that later. It's an upcoming album. A lot of songs, um, like I looked at stuff around me to make it like a little more personal and stuff. But
Around
that's
you,
all I'm gonna
really?
say. Like just in my life in general, or just
Oh,
like things in the world.
I would I
What
would
about you?
just so I would go on YouTube and I would just look at stuff and say, oh, this has something to do with the subject. This has something to do with the song. Or I would like look at the past, look at the topic,
Yeah,
and like yeah, that's what I do.
yeah.
So now we're going into your upcoming album. So what's the story behind the album title?
So Vivid Colors and Audio, I wanted it to be um like when you listen to it, I'm not just talking or rapping or like I want it to actually be like I'm telling a story, like a vivid story in audio, in vivid colors. It's like that it's like I don't know really how to word it. I just tried to be like very introspective with the title.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's the correct word, but you know.
yeah, I get what you're talking about.
But yeah, the
So
story for the album is just um my life. That's a way I'm gonna put it.
yeah, but your perspective, like
Yeah.
point of view stuff. So uh, so why are you like gonna release it in June, like for Men's Mental Health Awareness Month? Because I'm doing the same thing with my album.
Uh, it's because, in my opinion, up until like these past few years, men have always been told, like, if they're sad or something, to just like tough it up and like men don't cry, men aren't allowed to be sad or anything. And I think that's bullshit. And that's why most suicides are men. Like that's an actual fact. Most people that commit suicide are men because they're not allowed to talk about their feelings. They're not allowed to be sad. They have to just bottle it up. They're like machines instead of actual people. And artists like me or Dax or like I'm gonna use Tom McDonald as an example. Like I'm very inspired by like artists like that where they want to change the way the world is, and that's what I want to do.
Yeah, man. I don't know if you're gonna put this in the video, but uh uh in Israel, according to like the country and the government, you can't rape a man. A woman can rape a man,
I
and
disagree with that.
that is
Men
just
can
so
be raped.
horrible.
I'm gonna kind of some. No, I'm not even gonna say the person's name. I'm gonna just say what the person said. But someone that we know told me that it's impossible for a woman to rape a man, and that men can't be raped. Men can only be raped by other men, and I completely disagree with that. Like, what if like this is actual examples, by the way. I'm giving actual examples that have happened. What if a woman comes onto a man, and if the man says no or says no, I don't want this right now, the woman will later on accuse the man of rape or assault. And who are they going to believe? The tiny woman or the big strong man? So
Yeah, exactly.
it's either you have sex with that woman, or and give her what she wants, or he'll accuse you of horrible things.
It really reminds me of Baby Reindeer, like
Yeah,
the whole thing.
which is a true story. Baby Reindeer is a true story.
Yeah, exactly. So, which track is the most personal, and what's the story behind it?
Uh the mo it's probably um In Search of Real, Disconnected, uh Nothing Hurts Anymore, or like Couldn't Kill Me. Those songs are probably the most personal. But out of all of them, I um probably Couldn't Kill Me. Like, I cried while writing and recording that song.
Oh yeah, man. I Yeah, man. When you showed me it, man, the stuff you told me about,
Yeah, the
like,
story behind it, I'm basically just talking about family drama.
yeah.
You'll
So,
people will see once they actually hear it, if they hear it.
yeah, good song in my opinion.
Yeah.
So, how did making this album challenge you emotionally or creatively?
Uh, it really the most challenging part, like emotionally, for this album was each song. I wanted to like dig deep into like my brain and just like trauma, or just like my life in general, and just write about it. Like, these songs aren't just songs; it's like things that actually happened or things I actually feel.
Or
Yeah, it's yeah, and creatively, I don't know. Some songs were a lot more difficult to write than others, and then some other songs they just came naturally. Like, He Put It Down with SVR. I thought of the hook and like the lyrics, like right when I heard the beat, like in the part where the sample was like da 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 da. Like, I was like, oh, I know a good hook, and yeah, it just came together. I think this entire album, I'm gonna describe it like a puzzle piece, and like each piece just fits together really well.
mm, so what do we hope listeners take away, especially those struggling with mental health?
Um, I really hope that people will listen to this song, or not this song. I hope people will listen to this album and realize that they're not alone, and hopefully it makes it. Hopefully that this album makes an impact. Which
Yeah,
I doubt it will, because my size. But uh, whether it's like 100 people, or 100,000 people, or 100 million, I don't care. As long as it's like people in general, as long as it's those people, but whether it's 100 or a million people, as long as it's someone that's helping, that's what
yeah.
matters.
Right, man.
Yeah, yes.
So, what accountability or habit tracking systems do we swear by or hate?
Um, I like a habit, just as like a code that I want to live by in general. Uh,
Mm.
if I'm inspired by someone or like I'm influenced by someone, I want to give those people credit because I don't just want to completely steal from them. Uh, like if I do end up being big someday, I'm not gonna forget where I came from, and I hate it when people do that. Like people will grow up poor and then they'll become big shots and then they'll just completely forget where they came from.
Yeah,
But they stop being humble.
for me, it's like uh, I check in with others, like 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 use apps to stay on track. You know,
Yeah. How do you handle setbacks or like missed workouts or like creative ruts, spiritual dry spells, stuff like that?
Huh. I would I would be mad at myself missing a workout. Uh-uh, never.
Yeah,
I
I
I have to
really
do
want to
that.
start going to the gym, but it's like expensive.
Really?
Yeah, so once I like get my job and stuff, I'm gonna start spending the money on that.
Yeah, man, I'm going to the gym like 5 times a week. I'm trying to stay like consistent. I'm working out for about uh two
Do
and a half
you
years.
do you have any like inspiration that you can give to people that want to start working out or like try to better themselves?
Sounds stupid. Sounds stupid. Cold showers. They they instantly make me feel better. I am more I'm more driven, more motivated, more energized. It's so good. It's so underrated and overhated too. People hate it for some reason. Like, if you live in a cold country, I get it, but if not, man, I feel like live in Africa, South America, or the Middle East, like I do. You gotta do it, man. It really helps you, and like it helps your mental health, and
It
like
also helps with
and
headaches, I'm pretty sure.
I think warm showers help with the headaches. Um, I had something to say, but yeah, it helps you also stay focused and like cold showers really help you. I swear on my oh yeah, they make you happy. They make you happy. I would just like be, in a down. I would feel like, man, I don't feel working out today. I would instantly go to a cold shower and feel different. That's
Yeah, from
it
my
really
understanding, it like wakes you up and just like gets you pumped.
really does. It's it's pain, but it's good pain. I love it. Like cold water on your skin feels great. So I recommend doing that if you're like actually gonna stay consistent, not only in the gym or something like that. Like you wanna get closer to God, you wanna uh study harder, you wanna like you started a YouTube channel,
Oh, I always
cold
pray
shower.
when I'm
Oh,
in the shower. That's like that. That's kind of like in the Bible, it tells you not to pray in public, like pray in private, so it's like more personal. I don't know if it's the same for your religion, but that's how it is. Christianity.
So like, you pray in the shower? That's nice.
Yeah, because it's like just me and my thoughts.
Actually makes sense. Like you and your thoughts.
Yeah.
Like how long do you like shower and pray?
It depends. Like sometimes I take really long showers. Other times
Mm.
like I just shower for a few minutes. I just clean myself up real quick.
Mm. Like we can the Jews can like choose if they want to do it in public. It can be like the important prayers, uh like the Shacharit in the morning prayer that I always do. It can be in private, but also in like in the public in the synagogue. Uh, so that's what we do.
Yeah.
I don't pray in the shower though.
Now
I never tried.
I have a question for you. Um, or just like in general. This goes for like both of us actually. What's one vice each of us is actively trying to drop?
Mm, you answer first.
For me, like I really want to try to speak a lot better and like more wholesome, like talk. Like in the Bible, it tells you that the only words that should come out of your mouth is wholesome talk. But like the things I say, like I swear a lot, and I don't think that's like a good thing. Like I don't think that's a good way to talk. Like
Yeah, like
I don't
Jesus
think
told
Jesus
you.
would ever talk. Like I don't think Jesus would ever look at me and say like, "What's up, fucker?" Like I don't think he would ever do
What the fuck?
that.
uh, um, me. Uh, I would like uh try like to be more kind, like
Yeah,
like uh my religion, Judaism. God will want you to be kind. But yeah,
yeah,
we don't sin. We were born pure, but like yeah, God forgives. But like I would rather just be clean and act the best I can for God and for me.
yeah. Look, in my opinion, I'm not really the best person. Like I'm not better than you. I'm not better than anyone. I'm me, and me as a human being, a sinner. Uh, I'd be lost without God, and like
I
the only saving, like the only thing that could ever redeem me is Jesus, in my opinion.
me I never look at others. I never compare. Comparison is really bad. I used to compare myself. Didn't do me any good. And then I started working on myself, living my own life instead of looking at social media like a
Yeah,
stupid idiot, looking
like
at TikTok videos that you forget.
I'm gonna
And
be so honest. I'm gonna say this after you finish talking.
yeah, I I was only thinking negative thoughts. You're ugly, you're stupid, you're unconfident. I would I started looking at myself, started working on myself, and I was so much happier. I got closer to God. I felt happier. I felt like I had goals and don't compare, bro. If you do things in your life, one of them shouldn't be comparison.
Yeah,
Don't.
I'm gonna say something that's like hopefully it makes you think, and I think this is a very deep thing. If you were to die right now, would you honestly be happy with the life you lived? Like, if you were to look at yourself in the mirror and see yourself and, like, talk to yourself, like, if your reflection could actually speak back to you, would you be disappointed? I genuinely think I would. What about you?
I I would
Like,
probably be disappointed too.
yeah, there's a lot of
I
things I need to work on myself in.
I'm gonna be so honest. I'm not really proud of myself.
Yeah,
I
I be a sinner. I deserve hell. Like, all I can hope is that Jesus would forgive me. Like, what do you think?
I feel like there are things I did in life that could have been better.
Yeah,
Past 2 years been shit,
honestly,
shit,
uh,
absolute
i-
garbage.
if I were to die right now and like the Father like were to stand in front of me and like judge me, I genuinely think I would go to hell. And like if you were to give me another chance to go back and like try again, I would take it.
I would too.
I would try to change a lot of things.
I would I I have goals in my life. One thing that a lot of people don't do for themselves
Yeah,
is have goals. And I think that is not a good thing. You you shouldn't have too many goals. Unreal Get an unrealistic goal. That's what I'm always saying. Unrealistic. I don't care. You want to be a billionaire? Go ahead. Work on yourself.
yeah.
Was it
If someone tells you that you can't, they're just lying.
like? Yeah, like if you would say, "Oh, I'll get some money. Like I will uh be an average, just not poor." No, bro. Go high. Go high. It'll
Yeah,
always be better than what you wanted
yeah.
at the beginning.
If you tell your goals to someone and they tell you, no, that's unrealistic, you can't do it, they're lying. The only reason they're saying that to you is because they don't have faith in themselves. They can't do it, so they're gonna put other people down.
Mhm. Anxiety is if you don't have a disorder, it's BS. No one really cares about what you do. It's just a reflection of them. Fine, if I'm gonna do that, it's gonna be so humiliating. 'Cause they don't care what you did, and they're not you. They don't give a
Exactly.
shit. It's just a reflection.
Now, this kind of relates to like the next question. How do you avoid burnout when it comes to YouTube, music, uh, literally politics, life, or even faith? Like, how do you avoid burnout in them? Like, how do they each compete for attention?
Like what I care about most.
No, like how do you avoid burnout in those things? Like, how do you avoid losing faith or like losing interest in those things?
Taking a break, or like
Like,
I
if you do something too much, I feel like you lose interest.
yeah, like if you do YouTube too much, like let's say I would upload uh 30 videos in 30 days. After that, will I be as uh you know driven as I was before?
Yeah,
90% I will not be.
that's why like sometimes I'll start uploading like constantly on like a bunch of my channels, whether it's like the gaming channel where I play horror games or the Cutcom channel, like I'll randomly just start grinding on those channels, and because I'm grinding so much, I get burnt out. Like I'm already burnt out on the horror game one, even though I just returned to it like the other day. I need to have an actual like schedule for them. Like I think uploading like a few times a month would really help instead of just uploading constantly or whenever I feel like.
I agree.
Like
I
uploading
haven't.
Cutcom or something like once a week and upload a horror video because those take a lot more effort. Like 3 times a month, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
But you want some let's do some rapid fire questions, and what I mean by that is like I'm gonna ask you like a this or that question. Like I'm gonna be like hamburger or pizza. You get it?
Hmm.
So studio session or live gig, and if you want me to explain what that means, I will.
Uh, no, you're good. Uh, so I think I'll go with studio sessions because of like the creative process and like the chance to really shape a song,
Yeah.
like the opportunity to experiment. Like you try different sounds and you know take your time and like find something that is really satisfying.
For me, I would do like studio session because I don't think I would ever sing or rap or just perform in front of a live audience because just the anxiety, I guess. Like, I would not be able to perform. Like, all the eyes looking at me, I would, like, instead of saying, like, he put it down, 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 I would be like, he, he, he put it down. Like, I would just mess it up. I would be shy.
Yeah.
But, do you have a this or that question for me, fam?
So early morning Bible reading or late night mixing?
Early morning Bible reading. Because, like, if I could get reading God's word is it's basically like having a connection with God. Uh, like in Christianity, if you read God's words, you get closer to God. Is basically how it is, and
Yeah.
I'd rather do that than stay up at night mixing. But like they're at different times. But if I had to choose, it would be early Bible mixing. What? Early Bible reading. Early Bible reading is what I meant.
Early Bible mixing. That's funny. I would go with morning Bible reading too. Um,
Yeah,
I I love the morning prayers. Uh,
I definitely
uh,
need to read the Bible way more than I actually do.
like since my bar mitzvah, I was driven to do it more, maybe feel happier and more connected.
Yeah.
Uh, by the way, I think God saved me from like isolation, loneliness, and I don't want to say depression because that's exaggerated, but I don't care. From being depressed, He saved me, and prayers, the Torah, it's just it's a good feeling inside. Like you're
Um.
doing something good for yourself.
Yeah. I'm gonna be completely honest. I genuinely think God saved me. Like I was so depressed and just like not in a good mental state during like quarantine, like during COVID, like 2020 through like 2023. I was just not in a good place. I'm gonna get kind of personal, but I was kind of suicide, like not even kind of. I was. There's no kind of for it. I was suicidal during like quarantine, and I had therapy and stuff for that, and none of it really helped. But then I met APOC and like a lot of you guys, and I learned more about God and from APOC, and getting into it really saved me, I think.
Yeah, I would say the exact same.
Yeah.
I was uh I was not really into God, but around like uh 2 years ago, my bar mitzvah, I was not really into God. I wouldn't say I thought it was BS. I was just not into it.
Yeah.
Uh then I started like actually reading and seeing what it really is.
Yeah,
And I
I was just constantly told what to think, and I never actually read it for myself. And then, like, after I've always, like, kind of believed in God, but I never, like, knew God. But after,
exactly.
like, I met APOC and stuff, that all changed. And in my honest to God opinion, I don't know if this would be judgmental or anything, like, uh, I think if you're an atheist, that's pretty ignorant. Like, I think there's only two options. Like, you should be agnostic. Like, be an atheist and just completely like. I think being atheist is just stupid because
Yeah.
like there's like with God, if you believe in God, you get saved. And like if I were to follow God my whole life and then he ends up not being real when I die, then oh well, like nothing happens. But if you were to be an atheist your whole life and not believe in God, and then you end up going to hell, that's your fault. Like,
Yeah.
are you really gonna gamble with your like life like that?
Yeah. Exactly. I agree with that. I think that, like, just the chance of the Earth being created by nobody the chances are really small, and I think
Exactly.
that God created the Earth in Bereshit.
Yeah. Now, that's last this or that question. Uh, would you rather have Discord debates or in person discussions? For me, it's in person discussions because you actually have that connection.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I like Discord debates, but it's fun for like their convenience. But like I like person discussions more.
Yeah.
Like it's direct, like, the face to face interaction. It brings depth to conversations.
Yeah. Now I have a question for you. Like if people actually start listening to the podcast and stuff, like once we make more episodes, and we actually end up getting fans or like a community, would you ever consider inviting fans to share their own mental health stories? And like, if so, how could we feature them? Like, would you be
Mm.
willing to? Like, what would you do?
Yeah, of course I would. I feel like they want to share what they're feeling. And not to come and joke around and actually like be serious about this. I would
Yeah.
definitely.
What what col- what collaborations or features uh are on your wish list for like this podcast? Like, who do you want to see eventually feature on it? For me, the people that I want on the podcast the most for an episode would be SVR, APOC, and I would like to get Kanoji and Goldwolf, and like those people I would love to like smaller people. Those are the people that I would love to see on the podcast someday. for actual celebrities, if this were to somehow blow up, which I doubt it would, I would love to get like Charlie Kirk. Fuck, I can't say his name. Charlie Kirk. Um, Cliff Knetchel. I actually don't know how to say his last name. Or George Jekyll. Like those people, I would love to have a conversation with them.
Yeah.
Even Joe Rogan.
For
Now,
me,
I feel like I would learn a lot.
for me, I would go with APOC, SVR, and Gold Wolf
Yeah.
for sure. Um, for celebs, hmm, I don't know. I don't have one in mind.
Next question though, since we answered that, and I agree, we basically have the same list. Where do you see the podcast of like 5 episodes to 5 years, if we actually go that
Uh, I don't know. Like same thing. You just chill, talk about shit. Like I don't think anything should be changed unless people don't like it.
long? Yeah. Do you actually see us like gaining an audience sometime in the future?
I can't predict the future, but yeah, I think why not?
Yeah. But yeah. We should move on to the next question.
True. So, how can listeners support vivid colors in audio?
They could support it by like sharing it around, like just telling people, hey, uh, go to HatefulSlimy's channel or like his Bandlab or something, and just follow him, or they could just simply just watch and comment and get the word out there.
Yeah, sure.
But they don't. I don't care about money or anything. Like I don't have any merch or like any subscription type of stuff that APOC, for example, has. He has like a channel membership thing. I don't care about that.
Yeah, same. I don't really care.
But
I
yeah,
don't think anyone did.
that's how you could.
So, I have a few questions for you here.
Yes.
What was the moment in 2019 when you thought, this is what I want to make music for real?
Uh, I was okay. I'm not even kidding. Wait, it might not have even been 2019. What year was the whole Logan Paul Suicide Forest thing? Wasn't that 2017, 2018?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, so the Logan Paul suicide incident, everybody was mad at Logan Paul, and there was this one person that made a diss track on Logan Paul for it. His name was Lil Trap Dog. I saw his song. I was like, wow, this guy's pretty good, and he's actually kind of funny. I started listening to more of his music and watching his streams and videos. I became a fan of him, still am to this day. I watch his re-uploaded stuff because he's not really around anymore. Well, he kind of is, but he rebranded and stuff, and he doesn't really make music that much anymore. But like I looked at Lil Trap Dog as huge inspiration, and yeah.
Yeah. Um, how have your sound evolved through those first tracks? Since those first tracks?
My stuff used to be horribly mixed, and the lyrics did not sit, like the lyrics were not good, and like I had no actual like cadence or anything. I literally just talked. I read the beat. Like if I were to write out a cat on a log, he saw a frog, I wouldn't be like, oh, a cat on a log, he saw a frog. I would be like, a cat on a log, he saw a frog. Like I would literally just read it out. And imagine PBM. That's basically how my music used to sound.
So, like, you have no emotion and delivery in your voice.
Yeah.
Yeah, makes like everyone's first track was horrible. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
You can't be fucking Frank Ocean one day. So I have a question for YouTube shit.
Yeah.
So of all your past channels, like or content, what was the wildest story or biggest takeaway?
Uh Hello, You're Dead. It's a whole series that me and Noah did. That involved me, Noah, some of my siblings. It was a stupid series. Like it was like a whole YouTube TV show that we did basically. There was a whole storyline and everything. I think there was like 4 seasons that we did. All in the span of like a year or two. It started out. It's like a zombie apocalypse. So, uh, it started. The story was basically I walked down the road to Noah's house, and his name was Jay in the show, and I was like, hey, bam, it's a zombie apocalypse, something's happening. And he didn't believe me, and all of a sudden there was zombies everywhere, and that was basically season 1. Us trying to survive. Season 2, things get crazy. We kind of learn about the origin of the apocalypse, and then uh, stuff like that. We're like uncovering the secrets. And then near the end of season 2, like the finale, I kill Noah, or not. Like we get powers somehow. I don't remember how, but like something happened. We get like teleportation and shit. I murder Noah's character because he went crazy. Uh, there was a scene where Noah's character actually no, the first time he died. Yes, he died multiple times. Was around season 1. The episode was called "Eventually Everyone Runs Out of Time." His character rolled over and he was like, "You have to let me die," or something, and he just rolled over. It was so bad. And that was the season 1. Season 2 is everything I told you, but Noah came back somehow, time traveling and shit, and he's like evil now. I don't know. And in season 3, I'm like time traveling now. It was really stupid. And I rebooted the show this time with JD, and it was a little better. It was during COVID. Instead of zombies, it was like the coronavirus because I don't know. It was a little better. It was actually edited decently well, and it went through multiple remakes. It was just like a whole thing. It was stupid. But yeah, what do you think?
I want to watch that shit.
Oh, it was really bad.
I bet it is. So I have a question for like your faith.
Yeah.
As a Christian, you see yourself as a sinner saved by Christ. How do faith and doubt show up in your art?
Um. I let people know that I'm a sinner and I'm a broken man too, and that the only reason why I'm still here is because God has helped me and has given me strength, and I shouldn't give up, and neither should you, and that God has a plan for all of us, and your your road may be very bumpy and your life may be hard, but the end of the road is what matters, not the journey. The journey does not matter.
I think the journey matters. I enjoy the process all the time.
I'm talking about like the scars. Like the scars do not like your scars and stuff do not tell you who you are. It's who you
Yeah.
will be.
Yeah.
Is what I mean. Like your journey matters, but like I'm talking about like what happens to you during the journey. that doesn't make you who you are.
Yeah.
Like, everybody can be saved and forgiven.
So you used to read the Bible daily. What would it take to get back into that habit?
Hey, I'm gonna be honest, I don't even know why I don't read it as much. Like I'll be laying in my bed and I'll look at my bookshelf and I had this thought in my head like I should read a few chapters, but for some reason I just don't, and I think it's like personal attacks or something. Like I think it's Satan or something, like being like, yo, no. Or it's just me being selfish, I don't know.
I always read. Gives me focus, peace, and quiet.
Yeah, what I
Just
need to
me.
do one of these days is just like put like a cup of ice next to me and I just read it until the ice completely melts.
Mm. Mm. That would take a lot of time.
Yes. But that dedication will show that I care.
Yeah. I I have like for me, I always read it daily, every morning. So, oh, how does your belief system influence your songwriting or lyrics?
um in songs like he put it down or like something like nothing hurts anymore. The lyrics are very, very biblical. Um I can't say the same thing about SVR's verse on He Put It Down, but for me, like I'm I'm talking about God. Like God, He put it down for me. He's taken away all the burdens and stuff, and like I was down. He like this line for example. I was down. He had to. I had to fight through the rain. Like the whole verse. I thought I was down. I thought I was trapped and stuff, but then God came and helped me and showed me light. And
Mm,
I just use my faith and stuff as just a blueprint.
same. I feel like your music comes from the heart.
Yeah.
So, now we're moving to politics. Uh, what domestic political issue drives your passion right now?
Um. I I think like a huge issue in America, for in my opinion, is men nowadays are just like they just don't care anymore. They don't care about themselves and they don't care about other people. Like birth rates, like suicide in men is an all time high. Birth rates, like just marriage in general, like men aren't seeking girlfriends or wives. They're not starting families. They just don't care. Like they're all just they don't give a shit. And
Mm,
I kind of want to see
it's
that
pretty
get
sad.
fixed. And that's kind of why I'm releasing the album in June, is because I think men have it really hard and people don't talk
I
about it. And I'm not saying women don't have it hard. I'm just saying like people don't talk about the struggles with men.
true. That's very true. Um, so should artists use their platform to talk politics? Why and why not?
It depends. Like, does that artist actually like are they educated in what they're talking about? Do they actually stand for what they're talking about, or are they grifting? And is it the time and place? Like, I don't think some random YouTuber, like, I don't think Jacksepticeye should just turn around and be like, I stand with Palestine. Like, that's, like, no, that's stupid. Like, he doesn't do stuff like that. He does gaming content. He should stick to what he does, not politics and stuff. Like, I'm not gonna really in the middle of like let's say I'm making an EP or an album that's about like uh fucking I don't know, just anything. Or no, let's just move away from music. Let's just say I'm recording a video. I'm playing Resident Evil 4, for example, and in the middle of the game, I'm like, Leon Kennedy, you should be just like him. He stands for Palestine. Like, no, people are there for Resident Evil. They're not there to listen to me talk about Palestine. Do you agree?
I agree, 100%.
Like, it depends on the person. Like, I'm not gonna go to Markiplier to watch him talk politics. Like, if I wanted to watch someone talk about politics, I would go to Charlie Kirk or something.
Yeah, Charlie Kirk. I like his debates on like My Country.
Yeah.
I like to watch these. So, which vivid colors and audio track feels most like my story and why?
Probably Disconnected or Couldn't Kill Me. Both of those are like talking about like it's telling like an actual story about myself. Like more story wise. Like Disconnected is talking about my childhood and like things that I miss. Couldn't Kill Me is talking about things with my family and just like in my life in general. Nothing hurts anymore. Is like a lot. There's a lot of stuff that is like all of the songs on the album are like personal, but the most personal are probably those three that I listed. In Search of Real is pretty good, but I don't think it's like as personal.
Yeah. So, what was the hardest lyric or moment to record on this project?
I there's a lot of very some. I'm not even gonna lie. Some of the songs I did prior just like feel very bad while writing it. Like bad as in like not bad, but like bad as in like I was sad.
Mhm.
Probably
Is it like your deep songs?
there's a lot.
That's true.
Honestly, that one I probably can't answer. It couldn't kill me, I guess. That one.
Makes sense.
Oh wait, I didn't even answer the question. I just which line? Uh, um, probably like the line about my brother and couldn't kill me.
Mm. Yeah, man, makes sense. Family is everything.
Yeah. Now I have some questions for you, Ninja. After
Yes.
like after just a little bit of 5 or 6 months of you making music, what's been your biggest surprise?
Um, I honestly didn't expect to like grow this fast in music. I know I can sound biased, but like everyone is telling me I actually like my music is like actually pretty good. I should actually
Yeah.
like pretty decent songs.
Yeah, I think
So
you
like
made a pretty good stuff.
yeah, and like the fast progress, like it's surprised me. I thought like it told me like it'll take me like years to actually like grow in this, but no, it took me only like 5 to 6 months with the right people who criticized me.
Yeah, be completely honest. If it was APOC like helping you out and mentoring you versus mere SVR, do you think you would have even improved at all?
I don't think so. I
Yeah,
can take
because
JD as an example.
yeah, like JD, he looks at APOC for a mentor, and APOC doesn't really criticize or tell JD like, "Hey, your stuff is shit. This is what you need to do to improve." He just lies to him and tells him that it's amazing. Which,
Yeah,
like, yeah, he's being supportive, and that's like, he's being a good friend, but like, you're not right.
if you're a
Helping.
really good friend, if you're a really good friend, be honest.
Yeah, like
Just my opinion.
it's actually insane how much you've improved in just a short little time.
Yeah, like
But
the criticism helped. That's
yeah.
for sure.
Now this next question, how does your workflow differ from mine? Like workflow as like the way your brain operates, like the way you do things.
I don't know how you operate.
Uh, like I think of I told you like how the way I do things, like the way I write my lyrics or like think of my stuff.
Uh, like I guess I'm just like I don't know if this is the right word to use, but I'm like physical when I'm thinking about it. Like I told you, I go on like walks, especially when I'm like walking to school. So it helps me like think and
Yeah.
me writing lyrics. I don't think it's that different. I'm gonna be honest. Like we both use ChatGPT as a tool to improve our lyrics.
Yeah. Um. Uh. Now you told me about this off camera, and I don't know if you care if I ask you about this, but like, or if you even want to, but like, tell me about your old Levi the Gamer channel. Like that made me curious. Why'd you abandon it and stuff?
Uh, I think so. I used to upload on my brother's computer. He was like, "Hey, fam, want to make YouTube videos?" And I
Hey,
was like,
fam.
"Hey, yes, I do." And then I just recording myself playing Minecraft. Good times. I was so innocent. Uh, and I would just record, upload, and my family would support me. And I would even record on my phone. Me playing on the PlayStation and shit.
Would you record your TV with your phone too? That's what I used to do.
What do you mean?
Like record like your TV.
Like use my camera and record
Yeah.
my gameplay.
Yeah, instead of
Yes, I
having like a
did.
capture card or something.
Yeah, I would just use the phone,
I
and
built
I
like a
would
whole tripod for my phone with Legos. I don't know if you
I
did
would use it
similar stuff.
for uh. It was like near me, like near my legs, and I would just point it because like my TV was kind of like small.
Uh,
Uh,
now,
I would so what made me start over was I think I switched phones and I told myself, "Fam, I has no password. I forgets." And then she just we made up the word ninja, and that's also
yes, you made up that
uh
word. You invented the word.
like the channel's name, Ninja Gaming. Uh,
Yes.
right at the
Roof
time,
by
it was like 2017. So the word gaming in your name was kind of popular. So I was like, I'm a ninja and I'm a gamer. Ninja gaming. And that's how the name meant. So I have it till this day, NinjaAF, Ninja Gaming. I have it like Ninja Gaming in my ad. So
Yeah. Now, how does being Jewish and living in Israel shape your music or worldview when creating things?
uh, ooh, uh, being Jewish, a lot of hatred towards you and my music. Uh, um, it's all about it. God, God made me do this. He created this world, and what I'm doing is for God and for me.
Yeah.
So it shapes my music a lot more than what most people think. Uh, I'm actually working on a song on how like I'm proud to be Jewish. Uh, a really deep song talking about our history, talking about the Holocaust, talking about my experience, my modern war as an Israeli Jew, in the war, and it really shapes my music.
Yeah. Speaking of like being Jewish and stuff like that, like what's one issue what's one issue that's going on right now in Israel that you wish more people understood or were just more educated about and less ignorant?
The war. Uh, People seem to forget that once Palestine stop the war right now, death will stop, peace will happen. And if we put our hands up, what they do, they'll kill us. That's what they do. I don't know if y'all are aware, but the hostages in Gaza, they eat uh half a pita bread. It's really small. It's like nothing every day. Y'all out here, y'all are like not hungry probably. Y'all eat food. They don't. They eat half a pita like every day. It's nothing. Um and just people were ignorant about the war and seem to forget that their goals, they
Yeah.
don't really care about peace. And not trying to disrespect, but Islam is not uh the most peaceful religion objectively. It's not only with Jews, it's with Christians. But yeah, I wish that people are less ignorant. People are saying that we're committing genocide when we're obviously not. We're just defending ourselves. Like, if we wanted, we could destroy Palestine. We're in top 17 strongest military in the world. Um, Palestine, I don't think it's even in the top 50. So, like, people seem to forget that. Yeah.
Yeah. I agree. People just educate themselves a little more and stop being ungrateful for what they have because there's people like you, like people in your country that are just waking up every day with jets flying over their heads. Well, meanwhile,
Yeah.
there's people in America that are in a Starbucks, like
Mhm.
drinking their lattes and stuff while crying about Palestine. Like, if you really cared, then why would you get off your ass and go do something about
Yeah,
it? It's
exactly.
because you don't care and you're comfortable drinking your latte. You just want views and likes. That's the only reason you cry about it. You don't actually
Man,
care.
I remember the story my teacher told me when he was at the military in Gaza. He was like in the war zone, very dangerous. He was with his friend, and uh, they would to speak to actual uh you know like Arabs in Gaza, and like his friend knew how to read, or I think he knew how to read, and his friend knew how to speak. so they communicated with people there that way. Like they would read, they would speak, like they would use each other, and kind of
Yeah.
inspired me, man.
Um, in what ways does your religion inspire your creative decision or lyrics?
Um, the Torah, man. Like, Torah has crazy stories. Um, makes me like more creative. Like, like, I- like in my decisions, I when I read the Torah, I I feel better myself and all my music and how I do it for God, and it really affects my decisions and my lyrics for sure.
Yeah, I agree. You want to have your morals and beliefs like collide with your art, and otherwise, it's not like if you're not talking about something that matters to you, then does it really matter to listen to? Like, why would I listen to something that you don't care about?
Hmm.
Now, how
Exactly.
do you balance your spiritual life with content creation and music?
Um, I like I create boundaries. Like, uh, I would set aside specific times for spiritual practices, like prayer or Torah study,
Yeah,
and create clear boundaries between those times and like on my work or my content. And like some consistency over perfection, like those spiritual practices and creative work acquire consistency. So instead of like trying to perfect everything, aim to balance both in a way that feels fulfilling.
yeah, I agree with that. Like, you want to balance it out, otherwise it becomes an obsession. It's not healthy.
Yeah.
Now, we're gonna talk about politics again a little bit, but what's one political topic, whether it's national or global, that you're most passionate about right now?
Uh, to um, the war in Ukraine and the war here.
Yeah, I feel like the war matters a lot compared to like a lot of other things. Like no, but compared to like if you're getting enough views on YouTube or something, that doesn't matter as much when people are literally dying right now.
Hmm.
Like your 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 problems are really insignificant compared to what's actually happening.
Yeah, like my grandpa, he's in Ukraine right now, and I can't visit him because of the war. And it sucks since the war started. I miss him. I always talk to him on the phone. Still not enough. I want to see him face to face. I miss him.
Yeah. Now, how do you how do you decide which issues to speak on publicly and which issues you leave out of your art?
Um,
Like, how do you pick and choose what matters and what doesn't matter?
something that is deep inside that I know I care for, and I know that people like my friends and people in general will care for, not just some random politics.
Yeah.
Oh, fam, I got my economy better. I don't care. There, like, there are wars right now, so there are things I care about more. It's pretty easy to choose when you're in one of them.
Yeah, I agree. Now, we're gonna wrap it up now, fam. We're gonna wrap this podcast up. Just with these last few questions. What did you learn today about yourself, or just about your music and stuff in general?
Um, I that man, like I clearly forgot how fast I like grew in the music thing. I
Yeah.
seem to forget that I'm only on this for like 5 or 6 months. It's crazy.
Um, if you want people to remember one thing from this episode, what should it be?
Uh, the war bring up awareness, man. People are dying. Hostages are suffering.
I agree. I think what you talked about with your personal life in the war should be remembered, and also the stuff that we talked about spiritually, and just like the personal stuff that we talked about earlier.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, I think that stuff
Our
really mattered.
struggles.
Um, but yeah, looking back at where we started, how crazy is it that we're even here doing this podcast?
I don't know. Like where I started, it was very different. I was kind of a different person. So
Yeah,
I
I didn't expect that to get very personal.
yes, I am.
But do you have anything to say before we end it?
Uh, no, not really. Just have a good day, and I will see you on the next episode.
Same. Uh, everybody, see ya. Thanks for watching. This is Rage Mode Radio, fams, and God bless. Bye.